think that, like I said, as long as I don't fall this time, I think I can do it.
Michelle, were you trying to pace Sue to a world record? Were you in agreement that you were going to work together, or was that you were just trying to win?
No, I had a race plan, and I executed my race plan through 600. I was supposed to be able to, cut it down another level on the last 200, and my legs didn't have it. So that's basically what happened there.
So you came through in about 70 seconds. That's
where I wanted to be. Yeah. It is actually world record pace almost for me too.
Oh yeah.
And 145, right where I wanted to be at 600. But then I just, like I said, just didn't quite have it in the last 200 this time. Hopefully, by Worlds, I'll be a little bit better, and I'll be maybe more in contention for at least an American record by then.
You used to say that you prefer running to race walking, or race walking gave you a career.
Yeah.
Do you still prefer running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, running is a lot easier.
Yeah.
And
so Michelle says that she was running for her own her race pace. She was not pacing you. She was just running to her own race, executing her own race. But were you glad that she was at least helping you through the 70 quarter?
Well, I was running my own race also.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had my own plan, and just was kind of breaking down my race in quarters, every 200. So I was just really running for time. I was trying to break my record.
Yes.
So gave it my best.
Off by 0.3 of a second.
Yes.
Now, when you get older, you normally get slower, but you've been getting faster in the sprints.
Yes.
What do you think you can do in national? Are you going to Sacramento again?
Yeah, I'm going to Sacramento. I'll be doing the 200, 400, 300 hurdles, pole vault, and javelin.
And javelin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just for fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I used to be a heptathlete, so javelin was one of my best events.
That's right.
Yeah.
No high jump.
Yeah, high jump.
Oh,
but I'm going to
jump.
skip the high jump at nationals. My hip was a little bit bothered. I have a torn hip labrum, so every so often it gets aggravated. So I'm just kind of giving it a rest right now.
What are you going to do in Sweden?
Sweden, I'll do the 800, 300 hurls, 400, the pole vault, and the high jump.
Oh my goodness.
And maybe a relay if they'll have me.
Oh, I think they will. What is your major challenges these days? Do you have any outwings, any injuries?
I've been pretty injury free. I think that's why I've been able to be consistent and continue to get a little quicker. I think I just have to work on my timing. Every race I seem to have a slightly different goal, and I'm just trying to find that perfect race. I'm in shape to run really fast, but I'm just kind of playing around with how fast to go out and all the different paces.
What is your best distance? You're good at from anything from 400 to up in 3,000. What do you see best race?
Well, I think the 400, but I think my age grade is slightly higher in the 800. I say the 400 because I like it better than the 800. So I don't know. I'm just really a 4.8 person, but the 300 hurdles are also something that seem to come easy for me. I was a 400-meter hurdler in college also.
Right.
And I think with my strength from the 800 and my speed from the 2 and the 400 make a good 300-meter hurdler. So I really like that too. I just don't practice the hurdles that much because of my hip. So I just tend to race.
When was the last time you were at the Olympic trials?
1996, I did the pole vault. And that was an exhibition. First time ever they had a women's pole vault. So I was the oldest person, and I had the only one to have a baby.
Okay.
My daughter was about 2.5 at the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to run in the Olympic trials before this crowd? What was your excitement level?
It was very exciting, but I was trying to hold my excitement until after the race, just because I was really trying to focus on what I needed to do in my race. So I just tried to remain calm. I just stayed at my Airbnb all day and just watched movies and just kicked back. And now it's time to really enjoy the U.S. Olympic trials here and just cheer for everyone here. And just really grateful to have this opportunity to run with the pros, not with the pros. Thank God against my own age.
These are world class.
Yes, so it's great to watch them and cheer them on.
Well, congratulations. So was there any sense of working together, or were you just hammering on their own?
Ass, but you apparently wanted to kick my ass more.
That's right. So
Kush was on my inside since I was in lane 7, and so I just didn't know where he was. And I just knew we had to get hard because neither one of us are in a position where we're healthy enough to accelerate hard. So it was more like get out and hang on.
Now you're a cross country dude. You know, you're just
Have been more for sure. Yeah.
When was the last time you ran a serious 800?
Today?
Today.
Well, I had to run the qualifier to get into this race.
To get a time.
And so that was, the two 800s that I ran to qualify for this were the first two 800s I've done in maybe 23 years.
Wow.
So it's been a little while.
But you have that miler instinct in you, and
it failed me a little bit the last 100 today. But.
And Chris, what was the last time you ran a serious 800?
Yeah, I've run it 4 times this year.
Okay.
And I was runner-up at Indoor Nationals.
Oh, that's right.
But before that, I'd only run it 3 times in 5 years.
Wow.
So I've really been more focused on the mile. So this 2-lap stuff, I'm still trying to understand what you do.
It's hard. It's
hard.
What it is 4 200s. That's what I'm telling
4
myself.
by 200, no rest.
That's
exactly what it is.
So how do you describe the race? Did you expect it to go with you, between you, or did you expect other people to come up on you?
Well, I'll answer that first, but it went actually exactly how I thought it would go. I thought maybe Todd might be up there too. I wasn't sure, but I know he's had some injury issues too. But I kind of thought it might be the 3 of us. I knew Castellini's would be behind. It sort of is how I picture the race going, except in my dream I won. But I actually had envisioned you and I coming out of that turn hard, just the way we did.
100%.
Did you edge ahead of him with 100 to go, or were you just?
I don't know if I got ahead of him. If I did, it was for the briefest of moments.
I thought you were just.
I definitely swung wide,
Yeah.
and probably, we might have been shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And then even then, it like the first 50, it was like kind of like this.
Yes.
And then the last 50, we both fell apart. I just fell apart more. And that's actually how it's supposed to happen.
That's the way. Yeah.
It's who falls apart the least, but everybody should be falling
Even the
apart.
100 meters is that way.
Exactly.
Even though you can't tell.
You should be decelerating if you've done it right.
When was the last time you may have run in an earlier Olympic trials exhibition?
Yeah, 2016 I ran that, the 1500 there.
And have you ever run in an Olympic trials exhibition?
No.
So what was it like for you running before the big crowd?
It was terrifying. I ran at Hayward in 1989 or 90 when I ran for Colorado. It was just 4 teams. And so that was my point of reference. And I've been to Olympic trials as a fan with my kids in 2008. And when I was sitting in the stadium on Friday night watching the women's 800 prelims, I just had this wave of anxiety come over me. And so I didn't come to the stadium yesterday. I just in my head, I said, I got to keep everything small. And in my mind, we were on my home track back in Niwot, Colorado, and I was just doing my normal thing. And that's why I got out like I would normally get out, doing something in practice. It was just in my head, there was nobody there. There was nobody in the stadium. I just had to keep it small and run it, 10 meters at a time.
And Chris, what was your experience today? Did you have the butterflies?
It really is magical. I was telling some of these other guys, because I guess I'm the only one who's running here. Well, recently I didn't know you'd also run. I think at least the guys I was talking to. And I kind of told them it is quite magical. But the hardest part about track, the people outside the track don't understand. It really doesn't matter if you're a 100 guy, 800 guy, 10K guy. It's the weirdest feeling. Cross country is so different. When you're out there on the track, you're naked to the world. And I was as nervous on the line as I was probably, in 1995 when I ran 355 out here.
Yeah.
You get on the line, and at least for me, the way I channel that or harness it is I'm like, why the hell am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
Other people ask probably a different question. That's the question I ask. And then there's a reason why, we all want to test ourselves, and this is sort of an ultimate test. If you can do it in front of this crowd like Chris did, it says something about you.
So Ken, I have a little deeper motivation too.
Yes.
This is the story. It started but like 15 months ago. We ran together a Masters Mile at Arcadia, California Invitational.
The high school meet.
Kush sat on me for 3.5 laps and destroyed me in the last 200. So when he hit my shoulder with 200 to go, I'm like, not this time. And that's why I held him off, because I knew if he got around me, I might not get him back.
I could tell you had a little fire this time.
I was ready. And like Kush said, I knew it was going to happen. I just knew. He's a warrior. He's been in these situations so many times, and whether he's fit or not fit, he's always in it. And so I knew 200 and 100. I just knew that's what would happen. I just had to be ready.
Pete told me that cross-country people tend to take certain seasons off and then hit it in cross-country season, and you're during your off-season right now. So
pretty much.
What are your plans for the rest of the summer?
Well, I'm healthy, so for me now, and I think Pete would agree with this. There are no seasons. You're healthy or you're not healthy at this stage. I think in maybe our mid-40s you could play with, I want to focus on that race. Now you focus on training as hard as you can while you're healthy, and then you find a race. I mean, I'd love to say, yes, I'm focusing on clubs in December, but it just doesn't work that way anymore. So I'm going to try and just put mileage in, train hard, probably not race again until September. And then,
so no Sacramento Nationals?
No, not for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Sacramento, and my big plan for 2 years has been Sweden, World Masters in Sweden. I'm
You're ready to go.
a young 55, so it's kind of my opportunity. And when I went to Finland 2 years ago, it was just a dry run to understand the experience. I only started racing again when I turned 50, and I had no idea what I was doing. Dan King, one of the best masters riders in the country, and my buddy Todd kind of showed me the ropes, and I fell in love with it. But that's been the plan, is like get to Sweden and try the podium.
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations. You've
Thanks,
done a
Ken.
good show.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Good to see
Nobody
you.
fell down.
Nobody fell down.
We probably will as soon as we get out of here.
Okay, take care.